Hi there. I forgot to talk about the variants. So, um, another thing about the shadow. So you don't need to. That's that seventh die. It's great. It's awesome. But you shouldn't be too obvious. If you're too eager to get it in the first two rounds. It may happen that you become obvious and it's easier for the free people player to see where you're going, and that's not something you want. So it's great, but it's not. You don't really need it. The last two games I won with the shadow, as a shadow player, um, I didn't get the seven dice. So that seven die is great, but not um, not necessary. Um, so violence. The first thing that has been pointed out is that you can simply give one side another card at the beginning of the game, or if you feel the game favors the free people player, you can simply you can simply give another round for the shadow player, meaning the game begins at -1 instead of 0. Or if you think the game favors the free people player, you just do the favors the shadows, just do the opposite and give the when the game begins at 1 in the fate track. Another thing that has been suggested uh, is that is for the shadow player to be able to use this die here, this die result here, the eye, to use I don't know, the bat cloud ability, the with renewed force ability to be used as something else, like just not that has nothing to do with goblins. Um, I don't see any problem with that. It's going to work. It's more about lucky mitigation than anything else. Um, those guys here are great, especially in the mid game. Um, they sometimes you just cannot use them at the end game, and that's crappy. Sometimes you need, I don't know, to get the front to conquer the front gates at all costs because Bjorn is on your back, and you get a bunch of those. Which brings me to the last variant I want to talk about is just allowing the shadow player to reroll once per game all I die results. I don't see any problem with that either. This game is great. Uh, it's one of my favorite games. I've played this way more than I've played War of the Rings, which is another game I love. Um, it's fun for a war game. It's quick enough for me, at least. After you get used to the cards and you know what's written on them, the game is like that, unless someone suffers from analysis paralysis or something like that. It happens. Happened to me too. Um, there are for the free people player. If you're struggling with the free people player, the classic will work. Just remember this: the classic will work for you just as it does for everybody else. Meaning, just recruit troops before attacking. You blast the hell out of the shadow player army, and with whatever you can, whatever you have. and sometimes this is going to work, sometimes it's not going to work. Another thing, it has been pointed out that the shadow player only has two great arcs to master from those tokens, right? And that's another reason why I keep telling you. I'll just tell you, go for broke from the beginning. Most games, as the shadow player, you win by the fourth, fifth, sixth round. It's hard after that. It happens, but it's really hard. And this means what you begin the game with is often good enough. There are some cards, great cards here that will help you. That you should use your master die for those, obviously. Like um, you know, Arc Army. Place 5 arcs. It's an entire army. It's great. Um, Flying arrows and wild spears. Place 1 arc in a shadow army. Then place 6 arcs, and you can bring them with whatever card, whatever action die you have. This is great too. So obviously, but there is this other card. I don't know if it's anywhere around here. Now the swiftest wolf riders. It allows you to place 3 wargs in Winds of Dale. I mean, this is all great stuff. But overall, use your die to move around with no fear. Just uh, try to position your troops in ways where the free people player cannot usually just make an attack with Trundle or Gandalf and attack following this activation, because it's the damage the free people player can do is going to be uh, massive. So that's it. Overall, I don't I don't think there's anything more for me to talk. If you like it, please tell me. If you don't, if you think there's you should you just wasted 1 hour of your life. Well, just be nice about it. Uh, but but tell me anyway. And that's it.